Good evening. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Old Gray Bricks. I am your MC for this evening, Troubles Bricking. As always, well, not as always, as regular, we have Fleeb Nork, Jeff Van Winnen, Rich, Lego Man, and of course, Save a Horse from Texas, who is probably somewhere in the Alabama-ish area. Is that where you were? No, Louisiana still? Arkansas. Still in Texas.
Texas.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so all right. So Matthew is on his way back from Bricks Rodeo, which looked to be a fantastic show from all the pictures I saw online and videos. And again, it's not so much that I saw really great builds that I'm jealous that I didn't get to see in person. It looks like it was just a lot of fun for all the peoples, as per se. So that being said, we got peoples in the chat, and I'm going to throw my glasses. We got Horse66, Steve Hogan, Lucas Thompson's entertaining the name Ryan, all the way from down south. When I say south, I mean south of the equator. Motor listening in, and Brian Anderson as well. So, how's everybody doing?
Doing
Don't
well.
talk at once. This is why I don't do morning radio, because I don't think I could carry a show with a bunch of people who didn't talk.
It sounds like a dare now. Not
Yeah.
Just see how long you'll go.
I dare you to talk.
Building the narwhal while we're chitty chatting today. So
I'm working on the Audi.
The Audi.
And as I was pointing out before we started the show, the Audi driver is in fact small Paul. So
which is dead on accurate. It's dead on accurate. It is a little too toothy grinned.
Yeah, the small Paul uses the freckle face. The smirking freckle face is what he uses.
And it would be definitely. What's up there, Miss Jessie? We're getting all sorts of people from all over the country and the world today, which is great. Brian's waiting for his flight from Austin. They called out maintenance. That's never a good sign for a flight. Just saying. I would just go ahead and turn around, book a hotel, and stay the night, and say I'll catch a different plane. But
do they not do that if they have to ground the plane? Do they not pay for hotels for everybody?
I'm trying to think. I think it depends. I don't know how often they do or don't do all that, because
our carriers do, but
I think it depends on the situation.
Okay.
Like I had a flight canceled in Denver one time because it was storms in Dallas. My flight was supposed to be from Denver to Dallas to Atlanta, and the storms in Dallas were going to prevent the flight from landing or doing whatever. And so they had to reschedule the flight, but they didn't offer me any accommodations. They just rescheduled my flight, which was fine because I was staying with some friends, and so I just went back home with them for the night. But yeah,
I was actually in Denver, and well, this wasn't a reschedule for the night. Actually, yeah, it was. There were tornadoes that went through when we were in Denver. We were in Denver for a Lego Universe project. Like 15 years ago.
Yeah, forever ago.
Yeah, forever ago. And a tornado had gone through the actual part of the runway property, or part of the airport property.
Well, that's because Stapleton Airport is built or was built in basically Hurricane Alley. So it still cracks me up.
Yeah.
The one place in the state where there are more likely to be a hurricane or tornadoes than not.
Yeah.
Let's build an airport.
Yeah.
Let's build.
So they ended up delaying our plane a couple of hours, and then we got on the tarmac, and there was a fault with the plane, and we were like next in line to take off. And it's like, yeah, we just got a warning light. We got to go back, and they ended up rescheduling our flight till the next day.
Yep, that'll do it for you.
Yeah,
that'll do it for you. Oh yeah, Brick Bunny's TV in the chat as well this evening. Fazoom threatened to join the chat, but time will tell if that actually happens. I point blank asked him today, we won't see you again until you buy and move into your new house and have your Lego room. And his response was a solid, yep.
That's sad.
Yeah. And there'll be a few weeks of excuses beyond that too. So
I'm sure. Well, because, it's going to, the reality is what I think are they closing this week?
I think so.
Yeah, they're closing this week. And then, it'll probably take them a month to just move in, unbox, get some sort of, back to reality, back to normal.
Probably choosing white paint some more. There's something, yeah.
I had asked him a couple of weeks ago because we had a quick little online chat, and I asked him a couple of weeks ago because he had posted a picture of Jedi Road. And so I said, "Did you buy the house on Jedi Road?" And he said, "No, it was more Mos Eisley than Corsican or something like that." And I just cracked up at that because I was like, "That's just awesome."
That's funny. That's funny. But Chris is. I mean, we're gonna chat about Chris because he's not here. We're missing him. It was funny because Waxblat was messaging me. He's like, "When's that guy? I forget his name. He's supposed to come back." And that's kind of how it's been. We're forgetting about who he is.
Yeah.
But over the 4th of July holiday weekend, he was posting pictures of being outside where they were reading the Declaration of Independence, which was the exact spot that they had read the original Declaration of Independence. So that's kind of cool. That's some historical fun stuff. And he keeps flashing pictures of the coastline and the beach and stuff like that.
The temperature in Charleston is supposed to be like 108 this weekend, so it's not fun.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be too jealous because, of course, the heat is probably going to be unbearable. I know, Matthew, you were dealing with some serious heat in Austin with the humidity, and we got all that rain that probably came through there, and so it has jacked up the humidity level here. I actually got out of the shower today, and the mirrors were not foggy because the humidity in the house is at a saturation point where running a hot shower doesn't change the humidity whatsoever.
You take a shower and then you dry off and you're still damp.
Yeah. And forget about just hanging your towel up and using it again because it'll never dry. It'll just stay wet. I experienced that for the first time when I was here in college. I was at Emory for a convention for my fraternity, and I was used to hanging, in Denver, you put a wet towel up and it's dry in like 20 minutes because it's so freaking dry there. And, to have a towel be still damp the next morning was like, this is so strange. So, yeah. Challenges of living in humid environments. So, Mark, you're building Speed Champions. I'm building a dream set. Mark, Jeff, what you got working on?
Well, I've got to build my Series 26 minifigure stand. So, I build these stands. It's the Muppets one. But I'm trying to figure out how to do it because usually I do it the color of the bag or the box. And now the box is being like magenta to purple to dark blue. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out if I should tier it, each of those colors or something. I don't know.
Another reason to not be a fan of the little boxes. So
yeah. Well, the bags would be the same thing. They were doing a space background, right? Like same with the background of this chat. It's like those spacey colors.
Spacey colors.
Yeah.
So you could make it multiple colors and make it multiple.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to blend it together somehow, but it's just like that's just going to be a lot of plates, and I don't know if I want to go to that effort because no one's really going to notice it.
So what you're saying is that you're going to phone it in?
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
I'm debating.
Yep. Look, it's Emily in the chat. Hello, longtime friend. Hey, Emily.
And for the record, we can tell that Matt is traveling east because the sun every once in a while blinds the camera. Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. It's good for you. It's good for you. It's fun stuff.
So I have my own Dragon of the Week.
Ooh. You want to lead off with that?
It's not a small Paul Dragon of the Week. It is my Dragon of the Week.
It is your Dragon of the Week.
Fact. Yes, because way back for my birthday back in March, a couple of my old college buddies bought me the Dungeons and Dragons set, and they contacted our friend of the show, Ryan, who's at Legoland, and he picked it up from the store down there. So I have the Dungeons and Dragons set. It has the really cool mini figures that come with it, the adventuring party, and here's the Displacer Beast. And there's the Owl Bear. And my favorite is the Beholder. It's very cool.
The Beholder is the keeper in that set for sure.
The jaw moves. It's great. And yeah, the set's very cool. The dragon is a brick-built dragon, but it does look pretty nice.
It does.
Some nice sculpture-y sort of building on it. The
Mostly
one downside is you can't see his eye very well. It's kind of tucked under that horn.
That is the one drawback is his eye. That has been a common comment, and it's a valid comment for sure.
So if someone needs a modem, just use one of those white 1x1 round eyes to put it on there. I think that would just look kind of weird and fun.
But it is a very cool set, and it's a really nice looking build, and it was a lot of fun to receive it as a gift from some old friends of mine that we played Dungeons and Dragons together going all the way back to college. So that was a cool thing to get as a gift. So very, very fun.
Very cool. Very cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to see about getting some custom printed wing or custom fabricated wings in different colors to make the other colors for that. I think we're really cool. Jesse did Jess, who's in the chat, did an awesome Tiamat and brick built the gang from the cartoon for Dungeons and Dragons. Wish I had gotten to see that in person. Just fantastic. Actually, the whole group collaborative display was just again fantastic. Those Denver cats and those other people who join in with them. I tell you,
I love that they put those characters in the Honor Among Thieves as a cameo.
Oh yeah, totally love that. Totally love it. Then you know what? The first viewing of that movie was like, okay. I think my expectations were too high because subsequent viewings of that movie, I enjoy it. It makes me chuckle. I think there's a lot more jokes in it than I gave it credit for. I kind of hope they do another one.
I enjoyed it.
Unfortunately, it did not perform well in terms of money, so I don't know if we'll get another one. But
yeah, but you never know. You never know.
It was great fun. It's more fun if you kind of think about the characters are behaving the way that a group of players would behave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally.
Coming up with wacky solutions to things and like kind of complaining at each other about stuff and whatever.
And the thing that killed me was when I think one of my favorite parts is when the sorcerer or the wizard he's losing concentration. And so his spell is failing.
Yeah.
And the just the hijinks that happen from that. And actually the battle at the end and the use of the spells and stuff like that and how they did that, it was very accurate. I mean, it was really well done. I think the druid is probably my favorite out of the whole bit just because the way they did that. I don't know if technically in the game a druid can have that many different morphs into different creatures, but it was fun. It was good movie time. So we'll let it slide.
Took a little liberty with the rules, but
yeah. But you know what? That's the beauty about D&D is that if you want to take the liberty of the rules, you're more than welcome to. It all depends on who's DMing and what the house rules are. So
that's true.
It still keeps in line. Did we lose Matt? We lost Matt. Hopefully we didn't lose Matt. But he just,
I was gonna say, if we had gone to full screen again and then it came back and his camera was upside down or something, like not on purpose, just like he literally flipped it or something. I thought,
just something out of the blue. Kind of yeah.
He before we started the show, he said he would probably drop out and just watch on YouTube.
Yeah, which makes
sense. Listen on YouTube for the record.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can listen, watch. I don't know.
Mark was showing off his castle. My keep is mostly built. I'm now waiting for parts. And the last tower is still structurally being put together, but it's getting close. I'm about a month away from having it finished because that's when all the parts will arrive. So
see, he's in the chat. There he is, right there.
He's not supposed to be typing though.
Yeah, but he's probably voice to text and
Can you voice to text on a YouTube chat?
Well, if you're telling your phone what to do, yeah, I would assume so.
I don't know. Okay.
'Cause when a keyboard comes up, you can just hit the little microphone button.
True.
Granted, I'm making excuses for somebody who's driving, so
Yeah, exactly.
I digress.
And he's not driving off into the sunset either, for the record.
No, he is driving the wrong way. He is driving.
He's on his phone all OMG, Becky's not even hot.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
I didn't get that.
No.
You guys don't remember that TV ad with Mayhem? It was like can't remember one of the insurance companies, and they have the actor who says, "I'm a teenage girl and I'm driving and not paying attention," and he's got like this pink SUV, and he's all, "OMG, Becky's not even hot," and then he crashes into another car.
I can definitely say I haven't seen that commercial because it's probably an insurance carrier from the States. But
Well, yeah.
And I don't watch commercials. I haven't watched live TV other than Lego Masters in probably 10 plus years.
Well,
Zoom is in the chat.
the commercial I'm referencing is that old. It's very old.
Well, then, yeah.
The Zoom is
Personal. This is for just insurance reasons, in case there's an accident.
personal assistant this time.
I'm calling bonk on that because I know he's traveling alone.
Unless
There's a double entendre there, but I'm not going to even talk about it. We're not even going to go there. We're not even going to do that. I did some building. I mean, I don't know how we want. I don't even know if I can do all this at once. I'm going to go backwards from what I built as opposed to forwards because of the way things are. I have parted this set out in a parts draft. I have bought multiple copies of it, and I just finally built it. So I finally built the the Raiders of the Lost Ark set, which is really cute. And I was sitting there and I was showing something to my wife, and then all of a sudden the Anubis statue fell, and I'm like, oh, look, it works. So the play feature on this is pretty slick. It's pretty cool. Still love all the figures in it. It's a good parts draft set. That's what I did Brickworld not this year, the year before. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jesse, you did an entire parts draft of just minifigures from that set, if I recall correctly. I think that's what Jesse did, is that he did a parts draft of just minifigures, which I thought was actually kind of smart, especially because the zombies or the mummies in that set are fantastic, and that would be I think I grabbed like at least 4 of the mummies, but I think he cleaned out the rest of them, so that was pretty cool. So I did build that. I did finish building the Friends mansion, which is very cool, and I've been looking on Rebrickable at some things and trying to decide what I want to do. There are some people who've turned this into a 32 by 32 modular, which is kind of cool, but I think it takes away from some of the impressiveness of it when they drop it down to a 32 by 32. Yeah. So I might try to either keep it a 32 by 64 or a 32 by 48, maybe something like that. I don't know, but I'm still playing with some ideas in my head and want them to do. It's not the next project, but it's one of those. It's an ongoing project. Is that printed?
It is.
Yes.
That's cool.
Look at that.
And I think that's technically the same stripe that matches the back of the Amtron powerlifter dude. Different color.
You're right, it is.
Lego has done really well with those striping tiles and plates, that everything does line up when you put them side by side.
Which is nice.
Yeah, very much so.
Yep, I was right. Jesse did get all the. Oh wait, there's Andy. What's up, Adam? Adam's on his way back from probably Rodeo 2. Jesse did get all the mummies. Ooh, look at that.
Mm-hmm. Imagine if those were stickers. That would just be
No, I would not want to imagine if those are stickers. And that's probably why it is printed, because there's no way you could. I mean, that's just you'd wind up overlapping between that and another plate.
Yeah. Hoarder 66 is also saying that mansion's being turned into Tony Stark's mansion from Iron Man 3.
On Rebrickable, there's somebody who's done that. There's somebody. There's a couple of different variations that people have done for it, which has been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually was inspired by I don't know if you guys are familiar with For Bricks and Giggles. She's got a YouTube channel and she does Instagram and stuff like that. And she had posted that she had acquired a set that she had needed or wanted, or was just showing it off. I forget. And I had mentioned that it was one of the sets that I still needed to get. and she said that she had parted it together because it was just easier. And I was like, far be it for me to part together a set that I don't have. And because I actually had two of the most expensive pieces already from the set, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna see how much I've got left of it. And I had 70% of it in my inventory. So I went ahead and just ordered the last bits that I needed. And so I have the RoboMaster.
Cool.
It's actually
that's bulkier than I remember though.
It's actually not a bad set. It's actually pretty decent. I actually quite enjoyed it. I mean, I love the little canopy opens up here in the front for the pilot. He's got all sorts of tiles that are printed in there. The legs don't move, which is actually nice because it's actually pretty sturdy. If it wasn't for the wheels, or it adds a little bit of stability. This thing is very ass heavy. It wants to bend backwards, which is probably. Yes, I said that. Yes, I said that. Probably a little bit to do with the tail, which is kind of a very scorpion tail, and a couple of the others. I know one of the other raptor-looking sets. He's got a nice tail, and I like the little antennas up here, which is fun. And then you get a little flyer to pop out, and only set that this boy comes in. No, I take that back. He came in two sets. One of them is like a little race car, but the really bad Mamma Jamma pieces they're expensive. Is these quarter domes?
Yep.
Because this is the only set that they came in trans neon green. So all your Blacktron 2 fanatics would be all over that because of this. But I had gotten those. I forget how I acquired those, but the fact that I had them in my inventory was, I was like, if I've got the two hardest pieces, why not just put the whole thing together? I did have to order both figures, though. I probably should have gotten them from Chris before he moved. But I found a seller, had them. I think they were like $8-9 a piece, which isn't horrible. So I got that. And then I realized that, okay, so I went ahead and I needed the instructions for it. So I ordered that. But I had forgotten that at an earlier stage, when I had gotten the instructions for this one, which I got from Atlanta Brick Company, I also have the instructions for the other two sets. So I went ahead and parted those together, and the orders for those the last two orders I need to finish those. Actually, all the parts I need to finish those are coming from Canada, of all places. I was amazed that the only place I could get everything I needed and still have it be cheap enough shipping, ironically, came from Canada, and the shipping on one of those is like $15. So. The things we do for love, right?
It's cheaper for us to ship to the States than it is for me to ship across Canada. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. Because I think I shipped something to Canada, and it was like $20 for a box. It was crazy. So what's up, Old and Surly? You're more than welcome to join me here if you show choo. Unless Mark didn't send you an invite, but I won't hold that against him.
I think I did.
Depends on what list we use. We need to really clean that list up to figure out.
I sent the large list to everybody list, the big one.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah. Everybody's in there. What's up, Rich? What you got going on?
Wow. I went on vacation for almost 2 weeks. I bought Lego that I'm sorting now, which I got mic'd for because I was playing with it, getting the nasty stuff out so I could wash it in the dishwasher.
Wait a minute, you use the dishwasher?
Yeah. Throw it in.
I'm more preferential to the washing machine, but the dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
Didn't that get a little too hot?
Nope. Just comes out just fine.
Okay.
Here's clean stuff right here.
All right. I'll take your word for it. I'm going to stick with the washing machine, though, because I get a nice...
Oh, yeah. To each their own, I suppose.
Exactly.
Yeah. It comes out fine. The only thing I don't put in the dishwasher is stuff that is chrome or stickered. No chrome, no sticker.
Because it peels them off, yeah.
Once in a while, I'll mess up and stick something in there that's stickered, but for the most part, and it comes out okay. Like I have one over here. Where did I put it? There it is. So that came that came through the dishwasher.
Let me get to it here. Which one is it? A little printed brick.
Yeah, no, it's a sticker.
Brick, I mean, yeah, little.
Yeah, and it went through this dishwasher, and it seemed to be fine. But I prefer not to trust that. Did a whirlwind trip around the western United States from Pennsylvania back to Pennsylvania. Saw all the things like Mount Rushmore and stuff.
Oh wow!
Had to stop at the Mall of America Lego store where we bought stuff enough to get the gift with purchase.
Ah, yes.
I put that together yesterday while I was sitting around with the store. Yeah, nice little set, nice little build, lots of interesting parts. Some new parts in there too, at least new to me. The bracket that has basically a 1x2 tile and then a 1x2 plate.
Yep.
On it.
Yep.
In blue and dark blue. That was awesome. Yeah.
We actually had that on our bulk lug list in white, and that's actually one of the parts that they shorted us on, and so we're still waiting for those to show up. But that's a cool piece.
Yeah, I mean, it goes in well with the 2x2 with the 1x2, 2x2 tile with the 1x2 plate on it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a nice compliment to that. Been back basically 2 weekends. Last Wednesday, I went to a memorial service for one of our older, potentially more famous adult fan of Lego who had departed this earth, Kevin Locke, creator and originator of Brick Shelf.
Yep.
If you have ever used Brick Shelf, he left us while I was on vacation. I had a nice little conversation with Chris about while we were driving back through North Dakota after I had heard and he queried me. I was like, yeah, I'm going to call you. Yeah, Kevin Locke is gone. I don't know what the status of Brick Shelf is. I don't know what the status of anybody who has images on it. Or if you want to go get copies of it and do stuff with it. I just don't know.
One would assume that somebody would else have had, I mean, there had to be a backup admin or this or that or the other. So one would assume.
I haven't checked it today or even the past couple of days, but I kind of presume that they're going to leave it up. The people who are hosting it,
right?
Because of Kevin,
right? Which is cool.
Yeah,
which is cool. So hopefully that will continue.
Yeah, but otherwise, kind of same old here. Getting to the cleaning and building a little bit. I want to get finished building my duplex before Brick Fair because Brick Fair is right around the corner now.
I was going to say we're on literally just around the corner.
Yes. We'll be going to Brick Fair, so the reception there is always spotty. Unless you're in the cool kids club and you can use the Wi-Fi,
yeah,
you're screwed.
Well, that's that's pretty accurate for most convention centers. It's all that girder work just screws with the Wi-Fi.
You'd think that they'd want to put a repeater or something inside, but no.
Nah.
They'd love to charge you for it.
Well, they could charge you.
Well, actually, they won't charge you for it because they are limiting access to it to just the vendors.
Oh! So there is a Wi-Fi network, but it's secured and it's only available for certain people. Yeah.
Which makes sense. I've had access to it in the past when it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But now that I want it, like last year and the year before, and maybe this year, no.
Well, the problem is if they open it up, then they'll have people streaming, and it'll just kill the quality of service. And
Yeah. And the vendors would not be very happy with that. I get it. It's not because I don't know better. It's just that I'm selfish.
of
What can I
course,
say?
exactly. It's all right. You're retired. You can feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I remember when people first started using Square and the cash apps and whatnot on their phones when I was in conventions, and yeah, when they didn't have access to a dedicated Wi-Fi network and they were having to work off a cellular, and they're in a downtown metropolis area during convention season. Not very accurate, not very good. So it is good that they do make it available for the vendors so that they can make their transactions and people can buy the stuff. So
Yeah.
there's a reason.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
a
not.
method. There's a method.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just,
jealous.
sad it's not
Okay,
me.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, why not?
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
I did find some interesting pieces in my loose brick that I bought, like these Avengers.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, and 4 of these guys.
What do you got here? Let me see. You can't see those very well.
Those Minecraft characters.
Yeah,
Yep, Minecraft dudes. From
Those
the
are nice.
end, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Been a hot minute since I played a little Minecraft.
one of these guys, and a figure too. Where's she from?
Lego.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that Hermione?
I was
No.
gonna say it looks like a Hermione figure. Would be my guess.
But
Does she have a
Yeah,
little
she's
necklace around
flesh.
her neck?
maybe from one of the Hogsmeade, like city or town sets, right? Like the Harry
Maybe.
Potter Hogsmeade sets.
Yeah.
I'll try that. I'll try looking that up. I was thinking maybe she was Stranger Things or something, but
No.
maybe not.
You need to look well, granted there's apps for this all over the place, but Brickstore is a cool little application I was able to download and install that has a great you just hook up a webcam and you can use it and you can set it over figures, parts, sets even, and it'll pull it up instantly into the inventory. Which is pretty neat.
Brickstore.
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 Yep.
Okay. I'll try that.
It's a slick little thing. Ginny from Wild Bricks had turned me on to it, and not that I've done anything of creating a store, which I still need to do.
It's a PC app, though, right?
What's that?
It's an app for your PC. You said.
It is a PC app or Mac. I actually installed it. Also got Mac.
Yeah.
It's on. I think it's actually a GitHub on GitHub. So basically, it's it's compiled for as he does updates and stuff like that. So, which is nice.
I hate being short pieces.
Nobody likes short pieces. Nobody likes short pieces. So we got Brick Fair is coming up.
Yep.
Brick Slopes, that'll also be coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of us are going to either of those or going to that one. I would like to.
One last thing in reference to Brick Fair. The missus and I will again be there early Tuesday, even though we're not staying at the Holiday Inn because the block of rooms got sold through without any announcement, which was really weird.
Wow.
Yeah. By the time we went to go check, we've sold through them all. What? No email? Nothing? Wow. But we will be showing up at Bobo's on Tuesday night for to meet and greet people. Early arrivals. If you're watching this today or some time in the near future before Brick Fair, and you're going to Brick Fair and you want to come hang out with some people who are going to Brick Fair,
The
Come on
peoples.
down. Have it. The peoples. Have a beverage. Have some food. If you want to let us know that you want to be there, and therefore I can alert the hotel staff, the restaurant staff, that'd be great. Like there's 20, 30, 50 people showing up. That'd be great.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. We also got Axel Place joined in. Good evening, and also Wandering Brick. And Wandering Brick actually mentioned that figure was probably Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Okay.
Yep. So
That's what I was thinking, Stranger Things, but it wasn't certain.
I was guessing 100%.
Stranger Things. That's awesome.
I have the set. I've never built it. So I unfortunately have come to the conclusion that I have way too many sets that are unbuilt, or just in general. It doesn't even have to mean built or unbuilt. I think the statement is built and unbuilt. I got to do something. It's I spent 20 minutes trying to find the Droideka set that I bought on May the 4th. I was going to build it last night, watching the Alkalite, and couldn't find it. So I was like, all right, I'll build something else that I know I have multiple copies of that I want to build. So that's
what are your thoughts on the Alkalite?
I actually haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
You haven't watched any of it.
No, I was going, as I said, I was going to watch it. And the funny thing was, I sat down to watch it and was going to watch it with the wife. And then she was doing something. And the next thing I know, she was not available for me to watch TV with. So I was like, all right, we'll save it for another night.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I've heard
just mixed response, right?
I've heard lots of mixed responses from people, but because it's Star Wars and it's mixed responses, it just kind of makes me laugh.
Yeah.
So
I've heard a lot of it's okay.
It's television. What are you gonna do? I mean, it's Star Wars. It's not freaking Shakespeare. It's not.
That's not an excuse because Andor was really good.
It was.
Well, that's true. Andor was really good, but Andor met a certain amount of criticism as well. And you're right. It's probably some of the best Star Wars TV that they've had, but yet didn't get quite the praise from the masses. So what are you gonna do?
It's not set precisely in the same time frame as episode 4, 5, and 6. That's what the problem is.
Well, Andor technically is. Andor is like just before episode 4.
Correct.
It's a prequel. That's different.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're building the Star Destroyer, or they're building the Death Star technically. So
yeah,
I know that. I like it. I liked Andor. I still like Andor. It's going to be another season of Andor. I can't wait to see how things play out. But you know, it didn't meet everyone's expectations because it wasn't the thing that they wanted.
Well, and then that's the problem. And then, that's why so many Star Wars fans are so toxic. It's that, they're going to complain no matter what.
But Andor is the coolest spaceship in like most of the Star Wars galaxy now.
Yeah.
Almost as cool as the Falcon.
Yeah. And more badass than the Falcon for sure.
More badass than the Falcon.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And it hasn't been made into a Lego set yet.
No, not yet. Not yet. But if it shows up again in season 2,
yeah,
then I would see it happening.
UCS scale.
No, I don't see that. I actually think the next UCS scale obscure ship, and when I say obscure, because it's not in one of the movies. Well, I say that even though it makes a small cameo in Rogue One, is the Ghost. I could really see them doing a UCS version of that. But the odds are they're going to rehash and do a repeat of something that we've already had.
I still would love to get a Nebulin B frigate, any size bigger than the micro size.
Oh no, I agree too. I mean, the fact that was even contemplated makes me think that it's still on the docket to be done.
Yeah.
And I think it would be perfect for them to do. I think you're right. There will be so many people clamoring for it.
I think that if they're going to rehash something, It wouldn't be an exact one for one. It's something they haven't done, and that's the TIE Advanced, Darth Vader's TIE as UCS.
To give us a reissue, yeah,
as a UCS.
Yeah, because I mean,
That
there
would be
was, there was a UCS version back when early UCS.
Yeah, it was TIE, the fast one, but not Darth Vader's.
No, there was a Darth Vader version as well as a UCS. I will go look it up. I know there is because Matthew reparted one. Talk amongst yourselves while I go to the internets.
Okay, go internets.
I see Mr. Paluda has joined, and he actually had he had an excellent brick rodeo. I will give a teaser on it, in the fact that he won an award for his
best pop culture, was it?
I think it was best pop culture or best TV, or I think it was pop culture.
Like that. Yeah.
And he also got interviewed by Beyond the Brick.
Mm-hmm.
So huge achievement unlocked.
Yep. And as we were talking about the UCS sets, Matt is in the car, also probably screaming at the TV or at us about the fact that I think they did that with the the Mandalorian ship, where they
the Razor Crest.
Razor Crest, where I think he was saying the Hasbro the whatever the program was, where you can get a large scale set.
Yeah.
And then basically it hit the breaking point for, yes, we'll make this set now. And like the next episode of The Mandalorian, the ship gets destroyed.
Yeah.
So,
it's awesome.
It's hysterical. And yes, there was, and Matthew has replied back that yes, Vader. And it was in 2006. There was a Vader's TIE Advanced that was a UCS set. So yes. The Interceptor was in 2000, along with the X-Wing, and we've gotten 3 X-Wings since then, and we just now got a new TIE Interceptor. But yeah, the TIE Advanced came out the year before the first UCS Millennium Falcon.
Technically, I'm adjusting the glasses as I say this. I think the X-Wing and TIE Interceptor came out in '99. It was like a late '99.
It is entirely possible, but for whatever reason, Bricklink or Brick said it is 2000.
Because they came out with the first wave of Star Wars. Because those are the sets I bought first before the other smaller sets.
Well, yeah, could be.
Could be. I could be wrong.
But yeah, just kind of glancing through things, I'd love for them to do another B-Wing, because that would stop me from having to try and part out. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I needed to know. It's Polda. Polda. Okay.
What's Polda?
Steve's last name.
Steve's name.
Okay.
Polda. I think I threw a bunch of extra letters in there. Paluda. It's Pull.
Obviously, I wasn't listening.
But the funny thing is, now that I'm always going to think about it, it's Pull. Duh.
Pull the what?
Pull.
Duh.
Dana is not hooked on phonics.
No, but it might be why Meredith and I get along so well from time to time, is because neither one of us can pronounce things correctly. So until I hear somebody pronounce their name, it's all just in my head, however it's going to be. So
that's where we have Ashoka.
Yep.
Yes, wasn't there a whole J.K. Rowling thing about that too for Hermione's name? The reason why she said, why she corrected people in other characters in the movie was because people got her name wrong after reading the books.
I think it's possible. It's entirely possible. But Hermione is a very common English name, but it's not a very common American name. So that's probably why the American audience was like, "How do you say that?" Because I think it was Freddie Mercury's first female, or his longtime female companion, her name was Hermione, if I'm not mistaken, or was it David Bowie? That I don't know.
Isn't Hermione a Greek god as well, or something like that, or some Greek reference to Hermione?
Greek reference? It might be. It could be. It could be. If we had something like the internet to go to look these things up, but
yeah, I don't want to ruin my search history.
No.
I'm googling the Fondor Hullcraft because that's the ship from Andor.
Ah, yes.
And someone's created, or there is a cutaway blueprint of it. And now I'm like, I haven't seen that built in Lego yet.
This is funny. I like this.
His mustache also separated like all those buildings in his mug. No.
But as far as UCS guesses, so yeah, it's been a while since they've done a TIE Advanced. It's been a while since they've done an Imperial shuttle. Obi-Wan, a Jedi Delta fighter would be nice to see them do again. Haven't seen that in a while. B-wing starfighter would really make me happy.
B-wing is what I would choose. I wasn't able to get it because that was when my kids were just being born time frame. So
it was 2 years prior to my exit of the Dark Age.
What year?
So, 2012. 2012.
Oh, actually, my kids were old enough already. I think I think my last UCS set that I actually bought was like the A-wing or the Y-wing, whichever one came last in the UCS series. And after that, I kind of was like, I don't really need these anymore because they're just too big. But yeah.
Actually, I think there would be a lot of people who would like another Ewok Village style play set. All tongue in cheek, chuckle aside, and ironically, granted, I don't think the Ewok Village is considered technically a UCS set. They now have rebranded those as like play sets or something because the Assault on Hoth and the Cloud City that went through the same thing. It's labeled something else or whatever. But the Cloud City set, it goes for bank if on the secondary market. I never built mine.
The Django or the Boba that's in there.
No, actually, believe it or not, it's
Django.
It's what?
It's the Leias in that set that go for bank.
Oh, I thought the Boba Fett from the original Cloud City.
The original Cloud City.
Oh, no, Lando. It was Lando from the original Cloud City, I think, because of that cape or something like that.
His cape was ridiculously expensive, but the Boba Fett from the original Cloud City set is the most expensive Star Wars figure for sure.
Old and surly UCS Gonk droid.
Yeah. Actually,
and Chopper.
Pluto's out of here. If we're going to get another droid, it needs to be Chopper.
Yeah, I think Chopper will be the next one now that 3PO's out.
Yeah.
I think Chopper is like the next obvious.
Chopper is the next required droid for sure.
UCS Mouse droid would be funny too.
So much black.
I don't
black. It's basically like a Batman set, and it's like, oh no. I don't want to do that. I really love that Batman's Lair set. I really kind of want that just because I love that whole theme and everything like that. But everybody I see who buys it and they build it and they're like, you just don't want to touch it. And having built the black mega habitat that I just recently finished. Oh, I hate working in black. I hate it. I hate it. I would rather work in dark blue. So give me a Batmobile in dark blue.
There was one just recently, right?
Well, no, it's about to come out in about
so
many days. But yes. Yeah. So Cloud City Boba goes for 1900 plus, easy, give or take.
Yeah.
I want to say that is the most expensive figure from a set, not a chrome C-3PO or a chrome Boba Fett that got was limited edition or some figure that only came out to employees or something crazy. But I think from a actual set, I think that Cloud City Boba Fett is the most expensive figure. So
I'm sorry, let's talk about the R2 and 3PO scale. I now want to buy both of them because they are to scale to each other.
Yeah.
And they're technically to scale to Chewie as well, but I don't want to buy Chewie.
No, I don't want to buy Chewie. But now that makes me want to, because I have the version 2 UCS of R2.
Yeah.
And this one's slightly smaller, and it's like $100 or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know what I want to do? I'm going to throw this out. I talked about this briefly. I loved how they did the AT-AT in the UK, and everybody did their own like mashup version of it. And then there was somewhere else where people did the same thing with Wally and did a mashup version of Wally. I really want to do for Atlanta BrickCon, I want to do the $99 R2D2 as a mashup set where, you know, somebody does you just do a standard different color variation. I mean, there's 50 different astromech droids you could choose a color scheme from. But
Yeah.
I want to do like a Nexonite themed R2D2. I want to see somebody do a Blacktron R2D2. I want to see somebody do an Mtron R2D2, an Ice Planet R2D2, which is kind of somewhat between a Nexonite and an Ice Planet. But I want to see a Johnny Thunder R2D2. I think it would be cool thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing that out there.
Which Johnny Thunder is the Egyptian, Amazon?
Yes, all
or
of them.
dinosaurs.
All the above. I want different. I want
a Dino R2D2.
I want Johnny Thunder Thursday to have people just jump in, and every so often somebody throws up a new Johnny Thunder R2D2 just for fun. So.
Steve's asking if the 3PO is to scale with the new R2, the $100 R2 3PO.
It is to scale with the $100 R2, not the $200 R2.
And obviously the large 3PO is.
Which actually kind of irritates me because I have the $200 R2 and now I'm going to go get another $100 R2. Not to say they don't also have the Droid Commander set, which has yet another version of R2 in it, but he's actually motorized.
And they have that, like you were talking about the R2 build for Atlanta BrickCon, and I was right away thinking about the new set they announced with the KT version.
Right.
Of R2.
Yeah, there will be somebody do the KT version. I mean, I'm actually surprised somebody hasn't thought about doing different recolors of it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wanted to take. I've got DB1 up there. I wanted to recolor him because in the game you get to recolor him. You can give him different skins as you acquire different things, and so he's just another one that's primed to have a recolor too. So yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. I think it'd be fun.
Pimp my R2. I'm trying.
Pimp my R2. There we go.
We used at BrickFet years ago, what the convention we used to have in Toronto. That's over now, but our first year we had a moose, buildable moose fig.
Yeah.
And after the first year, we created Pimp My Moose.
Pimp My Moose.
Every year, a moose, like we'd have a display of mooses,
Mike.
And they would all be like different styles. So that's where the Pimp My part came from. So
yeah, I like it. So now I need to go ahead and because I know what you guys thought on this. Sometimes it winds up being easier just to go ahead and recolor something and just order the parts straight up versus buying the set to have the core and then just reskin it.
Stickered.
It's stickered. It looks cool.
It does. The stickers really do it because like I build mine without them, and
I did the Lamborghini, but I didn't want to put the stickers on it.
Yeah, that one doesn't look bad.
This is actually just a slick looking little car.
I
love how they did this whole fin section in the back.
I'm pointing at all my speed champions because I'm not walking over there to get them all.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's understandable. Because the other thought was to do X-Wings, but they're too expensive. And I thought a $99 set is a good set to reskin, recolor.
Yeah, and I mean, as long as, and I assume most of the parts in it are common.
I would assume so, but even then, who cares? You're going to reskin it so you can do some funky things with it if you want. I mean, if you're just doing a straight up recolor, you want all the parts to be exact. But if you're doing some fun stuff to it, you're going to throw in some parts from different themes that just they don't make in new colors and stuff like that. So there have been a lot of people doing reskins for their cat.
That'd be really expensive at Dana's house.
Well, because I would have to do 4, which is, and actually, no, I would probably wind up having to do 7, because my wife would want us to have versions of our cats that have passed away as well. So
let's just hope they never come out with a raccoon set.
Oh, actually, I would be all over that. I would be all over that. I would definitely be all over a raccoon set. If they gave us a big buildable raccoon, I'd be all in. Yeah,
he did. His name was Rocket. But anyway,
well, they did do the Rocket set, which I haven't picked up yet. Believe it or not, I've been waiting for it to go on clearance at some point in time and pick up a couple of them. But even though I don't know, like the Venom Groot was just creepy looking.
Yeah,
you couldn't give that set away.
Agreed.
You just couldn't give that set away. It was creepy. So,
although I baby Grogu, baby Yoda, at Christmas time there was an awesome little Santa recolor for him that I absolutely loved.
He actually would be a good set to like give him different clothes.
Yeah,
and do some fun stuff. I also think that the Stitch would also be another one to just give a different theme for Stitch in all sorts of fun and funky things. I think that would be cool. Yeah. Just thoughts and idea. That would be fun. So yeah. Oh, but you know what? Another thing that I could see them doing again, because it hasn't been a while now. I'm just steering back to the UCS conversation with them to do another sandcrawler. It's been a hot minute since they've done a sandcrawler.
One that doesn't, turn into dust as it
shatter and fall apart.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got some potential content on the UCS sandcrawler that's sitting down there that has at least 10 years worth of dust on it. For that very reason that I haven't wanted to take it apart.
The dust might make it shatter in it alone with the weight.
I don't know. I'm afraid that when I take it down to put it in the sink to clean it, as I just start spraying it with water, I'm going to just start hearing pieces snap. I don't know. I should just clean it and take it in and trade it for something. I don't know. What are those? What does that beast go for? Used it goes for $381 on Brick. Let's see what the average cost of price is.
No, that one was reddish brown, right? It was the reddish brown that has the problem, not the old one.
It's reddish brown. It's reddish brown. It was 2014, which was right when I was coming out of my dark age. So it was one of the first 2 big sets I got from that time period. Mm-hmm. It's averaging around 400 used or new, give or take. 350, 400 for used, 400 to 600 sealed in box. And I bet you that because of it's so brittle, even if it's new in box, because what Steve put together the Sea Cow and it was new in box, and just snapping parts into place, they were cracking. So, yeah,
it's crazy.
It is crazy. I am going to have to clean that thing up though, just because it's in sad state. It's in a sad state. But we are coming up to the top of the hour, and I am running out of steam.
Dana doing all the talking. Sorry, bud.
The funny thing is that it was just me and Matthew last week, and I didn't have to talk as much.
Sorry, I couldn't make that one. I was driving home from Canada Day festival.
No, you were on holiday. You were on holiday. Yeah. This is accurate. The Sea Cow PTSD. Yes.
Yeah.
It's fun. Oh, actually, Axel, I do like this idea. I've seen somebody do recolors of the 918 in pink and all sorts of other fun yellows and blacks and
918. That's the smaller of the 3. I know Dave Cowdace did the 928 in the Galaxy Explorer in Blacktron colors.
Yeah. Well, I think there's been a ton of people who've done the 928 in multiple different color schemes, but the 918. I think I've seen somebody do a couple of different color variations on that.
And the cool thing is you could do both variations of the 918. You could do the 10497 version of the 918.
Right.
As well,
Yeah,
for people that don't have the older parts.
exactly.
So, yeah. Mark's
Yep.
got it.
That one, boom, up there.
Mine's
Or I
like
could do that too.
there.
He's over there. See?
Yeah.
Dink. So.
It's just like a rig Data's room, so when he does something like that, that thing falls, even though he's not nowhere.
I have pulled a moto on several occasions trying to show things off in my office from time to time. So no, that is completely accurate.
Mark loves Audi, by the way, in case you can't tell.
Yeah, he's very excited about it.
Well, I was actually showing off how much printed stuff there is.
A lot.
The hood is printed. All of the parts across the front are. That's a sticker. Those two square bits. Those little slopes under there are printed. That's a sticker. But
It's kind of interesting what they're choosing to sticker versus what they're choosing not to sticker. It's very interesting. I'm almost wondering if AFOLs are going to get their wish and things will become less and less stickered as parts are becoming more and more available and stuff like that. So
the unstickered version for
comparison.
And this is where it looks horrible because you get,
it does not look as cool.
Yeah, but I don't want to sticker my parts. So
I hear you. That's why I didn't sticker the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't stickered any of my Speed Champions cars in general. So
I think I've done one or two recently, and that's just because I just knew I wanted that one to be stickered. But most of them I try not to.
Well, the irony is that I wind up 50% of the time scavenging parts from my Speed Champion sets because they usually wind up having like the really cool new parts, and I'm wanting to build something, and I'm like, oh, I've got that set. I'll just go ahead steal those parts from there, and then my theory is that I order the parts and I'll replace them. I've yet to replace them, so somewhere down the line. But anyway, as I was saying, we're at the top of the hour. I'm running out of steam. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We've had a good fun chat, just chilling and hanging out. This will probably be the format for most of the summer as we continue on until Chris gets back, which I don't expect to see Chris back with us until late August, early September, truth be told. And I think we're starting to wind down on people's vacation time and being away. So maybe we'll start seeing some more people in here as we get back into school. People are getting to kids going.
School just ended here.
What?
We just started summer vacation last week here.
It's July.
We go July to September, or we go July to August, the end of August, and we go back on Labor Day.
Well, I think kids here start back beginning of August.
Yeah, I know. We argue with, or we say this every year. So, don't
August 1st.
Yeah, which to me is just amazing that kids go back to school August 1st because it was always a big deal. Like we went back the first week in September, which was usually my birthday. That's when we would go back to school. It was like always. It's like you'd go back to school for like a day or two, and then you'd have Labor Day weekend, and then boom, you're back in. It's like you got a 3-day weekend. So maybe it is better that they go back in August and they get extra time during the middle of the year. I don't know. Just send them to school 365.
Isn't it still crazy hot though for you guys in August?
Yeah.
But everywhere has air conditioning here, so
yeah. True.
I mean, you can't not. It's just it's crazy.
And Fazoom, like earlier, said that he was buying this house tomorrow, maybe on a Lego room by next week. That's how he wrote it. So he might surprise us.
I'm not holding my breath. So, but anyway, speaking of Fazoom, as he would say, be kind and courteous and love your neighbor. Go out there, build something awesome, and we'll catch you next week. Ta-ta for now, gang.
See you.
Good night, everybody. Did I do the end stream thing? I think I did. There we go.
Okay.